Hello, everybody. It's the weekday, so it's my turn to stream. I did do my main farm, as the title says, but I'll wait till more people are around to show you guys that. I'm just finishing up a contract here. I've been doing quite a few contracts. It's the only way I can pay for all this upgrading I'm doing to the farm. So these are just some sunflowers here. I am using my sunflower header. So I am going 15 kilometers an hour instead of 10 like the corn header would be. So it's a little bit faster. Makes a difference to have this header if you're going to be using it quite often. There is rain in the forecast, I'm not sure when. I hurried it up and harvested on my fields that I own. I have a lot to still do then on them to prepare them for the next seeding of the field. I'm actually going to convert one of them over to grass. So maybe after this contract I'll work on that a little bit. I've done a few cotton contracts. I actually have one full bale and two partial bales to sell that were left over in the contract. Which means I have to lease a trailer to get them to the sell point, but that'll be worth the money. Here soon. I'll have to go grab my trailer I'm bringing up here as well. This is my own equipment. Kind of like the dust and smoke coming off of the harvester like that. That was kind of a weird sound. Well, there's some huge sunflower seeds when you look at it that way. It's kind of a silly graphic, but funny. Massive sunflower seeds. I know I've explained it before, but there's a method to my madness for the GPS and how I do my rows. If you want to learn, just let me know and I'll explain it again. It's very efficient the way I do it. I was looking at the new mods that came out today. Didn't see any that I liked. There were quite a few of them actually. It surprised me. There we go. Cool now. So there's some cotton right there. Two square ones and a round one. The square ones are partial bales. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but this one's only 11,000 liters, and this one's 7,600. This one's 10,000. It's a full one there. The straw. Which I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the straw or sell it yet. I'll explain the main farm a little bit while I'm here. I used to have a really big house there. The garage and everything, you guys might remember that. It was this one here. I was over here. Pretty big house. Pretty big house. And then I had a medium-sized greenhouse here and a small one here, I think, with the chicken barn. I didn't have the honey production. I added that in, made some room for a large greenhouse and the honey. I kept the doghouse over here. So I kept the driveway here, and this is the original sidewalks that came with the game as well. The trees, I added some of my own, but a lot of them are original. I added this one. Added a little shed here as well. Painted the grass, added some brush. I paved, well, unpaved it basically, made this out of gravel. I replaced the shed. I had one of these over here. Kind of crooked, but it's kind of hard to place it. Kind of redid that. I might make these paths and all this gravel eventually. Haven't decided quite yet. I have repair stuff over here. This, I can easily take these down to add an additional storage unit when I need to. Add a couple of trees here. Added a floodlight here. I don't really need one. I want to see what it's like. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the change here. The house was only 60 grand instead of 150. So I was kind of hoping I would save a little bit of money with property cost, but I don't think that would work. Let me show you the honey production quickly. But it stores some outside. Oh, I should feed the dog. I noticed it has a name for the dog now. It's Trooper. I don't know how to change it, but apparently that's the dog's name. This is where I can deposit honey if I collect it myself to go into there. But you don't need to, it kind of auto collects. So this just stores the honey inside here. I did the math before, and I think it was 30,000 liters it can store. So should be plenty enough. It costs $40 a month to run it. But now it feels like a garage, like a little pole barn almost, where I go collect all the nearby honey and process it here. Seems more realistic to me that way. Move there. Had to rearrange my second monitor there for a moment. There's Trooper. I also bought, see this new barn there, a little skid steer. I know this attachment that it has, the little grabber, is supposed to be for silage bales, but it's perfect for round bales. I was thinking of getting into square bales, but you never know. But yeah, it took me a while to learn that I don't need to store my hay bales out there. There's actually a little storage here. I think I'm up to 50 sheep now. I might have 40 or 50. Let's go take a look. 50 of them now. And then over here, I have a trailer that I put all my wool on and just back it into there. Of course, the wool can spawn in front of it, but then I just needed to move it with forks. So I have the shovel for it over here, so I can just quickly go over to the chickens and feed them that way. I kind of hid the question mark here. And then I have the pallet fork here for the honey. Kind of have it organized. See, there's kind of a storage here that you can put the eggs in, but it just doesn't work for me for the amount of eggs I get, so I've been looking for like a shed that I could put over here, a very small one, but nothing really fits. So yeah, that is what I've done with the main farm, and I really like what it looks like. Let's run this up to the contract that we're doing. So I did mow my grass. I'm in the middle of collecting it. The part here that I'm next to and then the part over there I turned into hay bales. And then the rest of this I'll make into silage. Hey Lewis. Yes, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. How about you? We have a little bit of a rainy day here. It's nice just to sit inside and relax a little bit. Keeping very busy this week with a couple things, but it's all good. Taking a little bit of time out of my schedule to stream. I forgot what field I'm on. 13. Kinda like that it shows you where your equipment is on the map. I think I still have 2 game cartridges to find in this game. Not like I've found all of them quite yet. I don't really need the money. Once I do, I'll go find them, I think. When I sold the house, I sold the little thing that you get to play them on. Oh well. Oh no, a roof leak is not fun. We had one of those in our house growing up, and we always had huge like garbage buckets, like trash cans. Those things were quite heavy. Oh thanks, I'm glad you liked the farm too. I'm really happy with how it came out. Definitely took a lot of money to make it look that good, but I liked it a lot better than the original one. So I guess it's raining quite a bit for you then, for the roof to be leaking. It's kind of warmed up enough here this week that all the snow that does exist is going to be melting. Trick is to count up 3 rows. Work in a pattern of 4 rows, but you go with the 3rd one. Yeah, definitely not the best time to be wanting to do that. Now is it kind of time to re-slate your roof, or is it kind of soon in terms of the last time you've done it and how long it's supposed to last? There's probably a term for it that I'm looking for, but I tried. I don't have much building house experience, so. Here I go over to the 4th row, and I'll come back to the 2nd, and then I'll repeat the process. I really like how easy the sunflower header is. Now I do know when it rains in game, harvesting goes down I think 50%. It used to be you couldn't harvest in 19, but I think 22 it's 50% reduction in what you get. Trying to keep my eye on that. I don't know if that counts towards mowing the grass in the rain as well. So I just mowed mine just to be sure. Only 15ers, that's pretty good though. It's still bad timing for all that having to be done. But it's probably going into rainy season, so at least it'll be done before it gets much worse. You need a little bit of a break from the rain. Now we didn't get too much in real life here, just a little bit. I really still like the fall look here, but fall is my favorite season, so that will never change. I'm trying to plan it out, so I may actually stream January this weekend game. I've noticed usually by the time I hit January, I sound the weekend when I don't stream, and then I can't show everybody when I sell everything how much money I make. I think right now I could buy one more tab. I could buy this right now if I wanted to. There's sugar beets on it, so I don't really want to. This one I really want to buy, put production chains on it, but that's 289 gram basically, without the cost of production factories. And then of course I would love to save up to buy field 44 and put a really nice vineyard up there. But that's quite a bit of money to buy and quite a bit of money to get into the equipment. Of course in my game I lease equipment, unlike Juan's game, so I might just lease the equipment if needed. Until I can afford it. But I want to make sure I can do the production chain for raisins if I get into grapes. Yeah, I really want to go into cereal. That's why I need the grapes to sell to the raisins there. But I've been keeping some oat and corn for that. Also, I'm looking to do something with the wool I'll have for my sheep. Well, that's actually going to be quite a bit of money to get that, the fabric and the cloth. I can use the spinnery here on this map, but it's quite a ways away. So if someone's wanting to buy one closer, then I want to do something like eggs as well. I don't know if I just want to sell them for profit, or if I want to go into doing like a cake or something. Then I need to get a dairy farm. The dairy farm I actually want to put over here on this land is the cheese dairy is right here, so it would make sense to put some cows over here as well. So I've started to set myself up with it within the sheep and the chickens. Thinking about what crop I want to plant and keep. And the research I've done to go into clothes, the fabric than clothes, is actually better to do sheep and get the wool instead of in cotton farming. Usually I would just jump into trying to do cotton farms, but it sounds like it might actually be better just to stick with a couple of sheep farms if needed. I think mine carries how many sheep? 65, and I already have 50 of them. So I might have to think about buying another one of those. Same with my chicken, they're maxed out, I can buy another one of those. If I need a lot of eggs and wool, it wouldn't take me long. I find the chickens are really easy. Same with the sheep. I mean, chickens you just keep a grain and feed them, and then the sheep you just need hay or grass. And now in FS22 you don't have to clean up the mess. Well, it used to be, you know, with all the feeds that got knocked around, you always have to take care of them, and now you don't have to. Don't need to keep a bucket over there. For me, I think like doing animals kind of makes me want to do crop, to keep the feed up and provide for them. Think about all the stuff I need for the animals. Juan's a lot like you though, where he would rather just do the crop fields and leave me to do the animals. I know it's really hard to make money in this one with horses aren't really worth it, and I think pigs are really hard to break even on. I think a lot of people are upset with the pigs because you don't get multiple litters. They get one for each adult, and not like, you know, I don't know how many you can get per litter. You probably get quite a bit, right? Probably 6 or 8 of them in real life. I messed up my GPS. I didn't go over 3 rows, and now I'm doing it backwards, but it's all good. So I know if I buy just a selling point pizzeria, I'll get quite a bit of money that way too, but it's almost worth going into a factory. I get rid of the generator I had. It just seemed not to make as much money. Hi Liam, how are you? Lumber? I haven't done lumber here. I own a chainsaw, but I haven't used it, so I'll have to see what happens. I don't know. I've never really done much lumber because Juan doesn't like to get into it too much, but I know there's a forest down here and up here where I can plant a couple fields. Maybe I'll buy this eventually. That could be my little tree field back there. I still plan on doing most of my stuff in this lower part of the map instead of having to bring my equipment up here. It's quite a bit to work with down here. But we'll see. The farm is growing pretty quickly for me. Kind of gives you an idea of how steep this field is right now. Kind of wish I could take multiple harvest contracts at the same time. I don't really need this one. That one's pretty small, but I've lost a couple of them because I did bigger cotton contracts that took a while. There's a few for cultivating or fertilizing that I could do. We'll see. Work on my field after this one for a little bit at least. They fixed them with the last patch with like the train. Yeah, they said they fixed them. I haven't had a problem since then. I hear that we get too much product for them, and they're gonna fix that in the next patch, which should be within the next few weeks, sometime this month. So like right now with all the extra grain I get and the cotton bales and stuff, we're gonna get way less of that. Which is secretly a bummer because I'm like right now liking the advantage I get, but if it's not realistic, I kinda understand. Curious to see what else they fix in the new patch that will be coming out. I haven't heard much else besides we're supposed to be getting one this month sometime. Apparently we're gonna get new vehicles. I really feel bad for the people that bought this game with one of those passes. They haven't got anything yet. Hi Dylan, how are you? And one thing I like about this map is that we don't use the train nearly as much for contracts versus Elm Creek. Elm Creek seemed it was like every contract was basically using the train to deliver it. This one uses a lot more of the local stores and elevators. It's been a while since you played then. Oh, a DLC in the March. That will be interesting. We tend not to buy the DLCs because then people that join multiplayer that don't have it don't really play, and then we find it's a waste of buying it. It's like if others can't play it, then what's the point in a way? There's a few games we've played before where I wish I knew how to say it. Like basically, if the owner of the game, the host, has the DLC, that other people can still play and use it, even if they don't own it. I kind of wish that was the case here, where it's like you can use it in the game if the host has it, without having to buy it for everybody. Shouldn't take long to finish this one, then we'll see how much extra sunflowers I get to keep. I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know anybody with a dedicated server to really know. We thought about doing a dedicated server if there was enough interest, but it seems, even with cross-platform, it's kind of hard to do that with the mods not matching up. So it's kind of showing here the yield bonus is roughly about 90%. I always look at that before I take a contract, what the yield bonus is. then I know if it's worth doing the contract. If there's a low yield on it, I'm not going to get much off of it. Gonna make it worth it for me, I think, if I'm gonna bring all my equipment up here. The trailer's almost full. Hello, Matty? I know I'm not pronouncing that properly, but hello. French. I am slowly but surely learning French, but I am very bad at speaking it. I am very good at learning languages, reading and writing it, but speaking it, I have a speech impairment, so it makes it very hard for me to roll my R's and stuff like that. I went a little over 5 years growing up without my front teeth when I was learning to talk. They all got knocked out. So, yeah, I'm very bad at knowing how to do certain things with my tongue and teeth to speak properly. I have to really focus on it. But I am working on learning French because we like going to Quebec and visiting that area, so I want to know how to talk. I want to know more French. I'm 9 years old. Pretty young. Not that it's a bad thing, but that makes me feel very old. And I know I'm young compared to other people, so it's just funny how that happens. Should have really done that head row here. I'm guessing that means it's hard for you to comprehend English. Started talking English. See, I don't know all the words. I'm trying. My French is very, very basic. I didn't grow up going to a school in Canada where they teach French. I grew up in the US, so I actually learned quite a bit of Spanish. I also learned quite a bit of American Sign Language. The deaf students in my school. So French is a very new thing for me. Oh, forgot to lower the header there. Once again. Oh, okay, I was doing it that time. Okay. Hi Carla, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Seeing lots of new faces here today. I'm doing pretty good as well. Taking a nice break from life to play Fireman Sim for a little bit. Do you play Fireman Sim at all? This very small row here. We don't have far to deliver this. Just up the road there. The big blue exclamation mark up there. Diamond, I feel 7 and 8. And after that, we'll take everything back to our farm and do a little bit of work in my fields there. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the size of the sunflower seeds when you look at them that way. I don't think it's all gonna fit in there. We'll see though. Nope. Only have 1,180 liters in there. $40,000 liters in the trailer. So let's take a look at the contract right here. It says I'm 84% done. So that's a tip for people that don't know that about contracts. For harvesting, try to do as much of the harvesting you can before you sell, or bring the product to the sell price. You'll end up with a lot more crop left over for you to keep. Definitely pretty heavy, I can feel that. And just right up here, up the road is really nice and convenient. See, this is 42% transported, but 93% done. I always sell about half of it, and then I keep my eye on it pretty closely. The camera's bugged up here, apologies. Oop, contract finished, and extra $4 grand. A little bit sold. Once I put what's in the harvester combine here, I'll probably have right around 9,000 liters left over for me to store. And I sold a couple thousand liters there, so I probably had about 11,000 extra liters there. Quite the dip there, I didn't see. Make sure I turn this off. Okay, I did. Pull the harvester up and bring it back to the shop. Well, the yard. Oh, I can turn off GPS as well. There we go. Well, I don't know if I accepted the contract money. No, I didn't. So $6,649 there. I'm definitely glad I turned off traffic. It's kind of hard to drive down this road otherwise. I really like in 22 that also they made it so your headers will snap to trailers. The header trailers if needed to carry them around. It's kind of like a snapping feature so it doesn't fall off like it did in the previous versions. Let's just Beautiful map. They've really done a really good job on it. We'll clean this up and park this and then go back for our trailer. Take care of that and then finish the grass here. I'm not going to plant this field until next spring. And then the field I just harvested for corn I'll plant next spring. And then the little bit of field I have in field 40, I'm going to plant grass on that. $25 to repair and $261 to repair. And a good wash. That's just how I park my headers. It's easy to grab it like that from that side, or the other two are from that side. Pretty easy. One header of each. Sunflower, corn, and grain. The corn header I went with a slightly bigger one from a bigger combine than this one. And it folds up pretty nicely there. I don't know if a production chain uses sunflowers or not. I'll have to take a look at that. Might be just something I store and sell at a higher price. I know I can do sunflower oil, but I don't want to get into that. I think that's the only thing I can do with sunflowers. I think somebody actually mentioned that soybeans is the only crop where you can't do anything with it. Production chain. I'm just gonna have to take a look and see when sunflowers sell the best then. Probably what I'll do with it. Something I probably won't plant too much of because I can't use it in any of my production chains. look here. Sunflowers. February is the best time to sell them. Well, could be in March as well. They're kind of close in price around there. December I'll have some wheat to sell. Oh, and maykeep. So I'm going to use for my chickens, but I can sell quite a bit of it in January. Very little soybean I'll do in June. Corn. Might sell some of the corn. And then cotton in February. Eggs next month in November. Wool is in April. January for silage. Then March will be honey. February for lettuce. January for tomatoes. February for strawberries. So yeah, January is like when everything sells basically. Tree. Okay. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is the fast bale. Baler is a mod. Allows you to have multiple bales going while it's wrapping one. You don't have to stop and wait. It only does like 7 or 8 kilometers an hour, so it's not really fast in that sense. Sounds good, Lewis. Hopefully everything goes well with the roofing. Thanks for joining. At the lower baler there. I still forgot some there. That's okay. Really doesn't take long to get a bale. I originally got into doing these ones was cheaper. And I like the baler, but I'm debating if I want to upgrade my baling equipment. I'm probably going to turn this corner into natural grass again. Still a little bumpy. And if I fix it any more landscaping, then it kind of slopes into the river. And then my bales fall into the water. So this part right here. That's why I'm kind of going to do the other grass field and then slowly keep this one maybe as storage in this corner over here. Put a nice shed up over the bales right here. On that right hand side of the road there. It's the only reason why I'm making more of a grass field down there. But this one here is kind of a little bumpy. And the field down there is kind of really small. I guess part of it, so it sheds up. I really don't need much more grass fields than what I do have. I can easily keep up on my sheep right now. I mean, I'm making quite a bit of silage bales. I wouldn't be doing that if I needed feed for my sheep. This is all extra money right now. Eventually I'll need the silage when I get cows, but that'll be a little bit. I think if I design this field over here a little bit differently. So I want both of these to be like production chain. If I keep some of it grass here on the top or bottom or something, then I can make this whole top part less grass into a field. Storage here, grass down here in 40. Might be all I need. That's a long-term goal though. I know the upper part, a 35 here is a little bumpy as well, like this one is. But I could always put a dairy farm here around some grass. Now that I get reharvest of grass this season, I get quite a bit. It's easy to keep up on animal feed with a little bit of a grass field. I like it makes me not have huge grass fields like I always had to do previously in 19. So I turned this bit into a grass or a crop field. Won't be bad. We'll see. I may need to keep it that way if all the factories take up a lot of room. Just getting rid of an annoying bot here. There we go. So you can see what a small section of grass field gives in bales already. Quite a bit of yield. I also think that I could probably put a big wind turbine over here as well. That would be something I could do. That cost like 750 grand to put the biggest one over here. It's not like I'm hurting for money though either, but it's just something I could do in the future. That bale needs to be nudged. I swear my grass is disappearing. I don't think it did it quite yet, but I keep seeing it change. It looks interesting. I think I'm almost done with it. There we go. Yeah, so that's quite a bit of bales for that little bit. Some decent money. Then I could also extend the prep field this way as well in the future. $32 and $31, not bad. The shelter is kind of small to fit everything in, but it was way cheaper, so I'm like, I'll sell the other one and go with this one. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to get bale loader wagon into there, but I think it should be doable. I haven't tried it yet. I moved everything out here and sold the shed, and I haven't put things back in there yet to know if they fit. Hoping some mods come out that are some really nice sheds that I miss. If I knew how to make them myself, I would, but I don't know how to make mods for here. Another reason I'm thinking of square bales is it'll be a lot easier to place, stack upright. Not that these look too bad, but they kind of slide all over the place if the ground isn't too level. Not as bad as it was in 22. I mean, they don't roll down the hill anymore. They only do that by the river if I'm not careful with my landscaping. Probably call it a stream here after I finish doing the bales. A little bit early today, but I had to eat some dinner and then work on some real life stuff. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time again. Oh, legend right there. Let me get a full load out of this. Wasn't counting when I wrapped them, but it looks like it'll be pretty close. That will be one bale short. And the last one I did was one bale short as well. Not bad though. If I wanted to, I have grass around my other fields I couldn't go mow that I haven't done. I did that a few times, but I'm like, I'm gonna try to get out of that habit. This will be the last one I do, and then I'll sell those in January. Some extra money. Leave a little bit of extra room. There we go. Maybe I'll try to flatten this out and put a shed over here. It's not technically my property though. That's why I don't have a problem with putting bales here, but anything else I kinda do. Come on. There we go. Looks like I haven't repaired this in a while, so just repair it and make it look pretty. Only costs $9. Okay, that was pretty cheap. Pretty dirty though. They're nice and shiny again. I think I'm gonna come at this from this side here. Use the first bay here maybe to put it in. There we go, that fits. I actually need to go park this next to the roller so I don't have to go roll the grass. So I'll go show you guys quickly. I'm gonna make the field grass down there and then help out the stream. A small one down here and return it to grass here. Oh, there's Trooper the dog over there. And then this one I'll plant next spring. I need to refill any of my silos while I have some money. 10 grand for that one. $900 for that one. Okay, everything's filled up that way. I have some strawberries and tomatoes over here. The other one, I think I'm doing tomatoes and lettuce. Yeah, I kind of just separated it a little bit. Okay, I am out of here. Thank you to everybody for joining. And I will see you all tomorrow. Adios.